are going on another journey today. We are traveling with the help of our imagination and the story that Earl wrote, and we're going to be looking at the painting. So I want you to take a look at this sketch and see how it started out. It all started out as a sketch again, and then Earl likes to name his paintings and give each painting a story. Now this one is called Dreaming About My Home. And up here at the top of the painting you can see is the original story, and it is signed and dated and authenticated. And here's the story in the frame. Now I'm going to grab it and move it. So if you want to read the story while you're looking at the painting, or look at the painting and have somebody read you the story, something like that, you can. And I'm going to set this down here. And oh, by the way, I want to let all of y'all know he has his own website. It's called E. Pruitt Mexican Art, yolasite.com. Write that down, E. Pruitt. That's Pruitt with an E, E-P-R-U-E-T-T. Mexican Art, yolasite.com. Now he has an email address on there too. So if any of y'all want to buy any of these lovely paintings, because I have a lot of them, you can purchase the original. Just email him and y'all can work out the details. So anyway, he does the flow through border, and I'm going to show you the border. And I want you to take a look at this painting. I want you to zoom in on the tarantulas when I get this up here. Or on one of the tarantulas, or a couple of them or something, because they are just, they're freaking amazing. So, I'm going to step out of the way. Is there any glare on it? We good? Okay. I'm going to sit down and grab my readers, and let me know when you're done zooming in on a tarantula. Because I'm going to read this story, and then y'all are going to be just listening and imagining and just enjoying. And this one is called Dreaming About My Home. Now, my name is Luis Terrazas, and the year is 1839, and I was about 10 years old, and I remember being so happy fishing that morning, and I thought I was the greatest diver. My family and I lived on Island Mujeres in the Caribbean Sea. We were on the north end of the island, and my family, we were the only people that lived there. The water was crystal clear, and the reef was so teeming with life. It started to get dark, but yet it was still day. And so I gathered all my fish that I had caught, and I went home. And when I got home, it was on fire, and my dad was dead. My mom and sisters were nowhere to be found, and I saw that Dad had been run through with a sword. I buried him. The storm was upon me, and everything that I had was gone, and I was afraid. I became so tired, I fell asleep. The next morning came, and I looked all over the island for my family. Now, some people reported seeing a pirate ship. I saw nothing, and I went back to fishing because I needed food. And thinking about what to do, I paddled out further than I had ever been. And not knowing what drove me, I dropped my anchor. Over I went, and I saw in the distance a figure. It was a sunken ship, and I could read on the stern of the ship the name Fanny. Swimming up, my lungs were also about ready to burst, and my head broke the surface, and I gulped a large breath of air. I threw my hand over my boat while grasping onto a French flag that I picked up from the ship underwater. I dove back again into the hold, and my eyes lit up. The entire bottom of the ship was covered in silver coins. At that point, all I could think about was my family. And I had just gained the whole world, but still had nothing. Back to my home I went, nothing but emptiness. A plan began to form while I was laying there in the burnt stable. The next day I went back and dove to gather buckets of coins. I took them to the south end of the island in a cart, and there I purchased wooden barrels. Now, I thought I needed help, and I located other boys, like myself, down the dock needing work. I then hired them and told them where to take the barrels. While I was passing through the town to get us all some food, I saw a guitar. I bought it. On the cart it went, and then I journeyed back home. As time went on, something began to happen. Those that I hired actually became my family, and we dove into the depths and built our wealth. And my clan decided to move to Mexico, to a place called Chihuahua, in the Sierra Tarahumara Mountains. I gave my new brothers a wagon of silver each and told them to go about purchasing all the land that could be bought in all directions. And after they had returned, I was the owner of 7 million acres. I was now known as Don Luis Terrazas. We were having a great celebration one evening when the infamous Pancho Villa visited us. Pancho approached me with disgust, stating, "Who do you think you are?" And I replied, "I lost everything, and now Chihuahua es mío. Chihuahua is mine." I had built a grand gate at the entrance of Terrazas Ranch, with garden terraces surrounding our chapel and some of the other buildings, and it was a remarkable sight until the revolution began. It had endured for years, but during one of the battles, I was terribly wounded, only to be saved by Pancho himself. Now, at the end of my life, one of my favorite times is to stand at the main gates with my home and thinking about my family, how they would love Terrazas Ranch. I sing to them because now I'm not alone. Now, is this story fact or fiction? It's your choice. And the artist is Earl Pruitt. So, that's our story of dreaming about my home. And as you can see, this young man was wounded, and he is carrying his guitar, and he's looking at his new home, thinking about how God has blessed him. I hope he's thinking about how God has blessed him. Think about how God has blessed you. This is me, Susan. Thanks for watching.